Imagine your biggest rival, someone who has publicly tried to ruin your career, turned people against you, and made your life miserable, is suddenly and totally at your mercy. You have the perfect opportunity to get even, to end the conflict once and for all. No one would blame you. In fact, your friends are urging you to do it. So, what do you do? This isn't a hypothetical dilemma. It's the very real situation a man named David found himself in. And his choice has something profound to teach us about power, justice, and the heart of God. Let's set the scene from 1 Samuel chapter 24. In ancient Israel, King Saul is the ruling monarch, but he's become consumed by paranoia and jealousy. His target, David, a young warrior who was once a hero in his court. Why? Because the people admired David, and Saul seethed, thinking, what more can he have but the kingdom? Saul's jealousy drove him to repeatedly attempt to kill David. So David, the man secretly anointed by Samuel to become the next king of Israel, becomes a fugitive. He and about 600 men who have joined him are hiding out in the vast, barren wilderness of Engedi, taking shelter in the deep recesses of a cave. I visited that area during my trip to Israel in 2018. The background you see is the wilderness of Engedi. Well, King Saul, with his 3,000 chosen men of Israel, pursues David. Then the unbelievable happens. The king needs to relieve himself and wanders into the exact cave where David and his men are hiding. He's alone, unprotected, and completely vulnerable. David's men can't believe their good fortune. They whisper, look, this is the day the Lord told you about. I will hand your enemy over to you so you can do to him whatever you desire. This is it, the divinely appointed moment to end the chase and claim the throne. But David does something totally different. Instead of using his sword on Saul, he creeps up and uses it to secretly cut off a corner of the king's robe. Even for this small act, the Bible says David's conscience bothered him. He gathers his men and makes an oath, saying, as the Lord is my witness, I would never do such a thing to my Lord the king, the Lord's anointed. I will never lift my hand against him. David persuades his men not to attack Saul. David's restraint wasn't about his personal feelings for Saul. It was about his profound reverence and love for God. Saul was still in a position of authority appointed by God, and David refused to take matters into his own hands. He trusted God to handle the timing and the justice. After Saul leaves the cave, David calls out, my lord the king. When Saul turns, David bows low to the ground in respect. He holds up the piece of robe and says, look, my father, look at the corner of your robe in my hand, for I cut it off, but I didn't kill you. I haven't sinned against you, even though you are hunting me down. He declares, may the Lord judge between me and you. David's act of mercy shatters Saul's hardened heart. The king weeps aloud and says, you are more righteous than I, for you have done what is good to me, though I have done what is evil to you. This incredible moment is a foreshadowing of the gospel. David showed undeserved mercy to his enemy. In the same way, God showed undeserved mercy to us. While we were sinners living in rebellion against God, he showed us the ultimate compassion. God's mercy allowed his son Jesus to die for us so that we might not suffer the punishment we deserve. This brings us to the core truth of this story. God is merciful, so we must be too. Mercy doesn't mean we ignore wrongdoing. It means we entrust vengeance and final justice to God because he alone can execute it perfectly. It means choosing to reflect God's character even when our human tendency is to seek revenge. Showing mercy to others is one of the most powerful ways we put the gospel, the good news of Jesus, on display for the world to see. So, back to that question, what do you do when your rival is at your mercy? Here's your challenge. Think of one relationship in your life with a family member, a coworker, a neighbor, where you can show mercy instead of demanding payback. The New Testament says, do not be conquered by evil, but conquer evil with good. Can you do that? Maybe it's by offering a gentle answer instead of a harsh word. Maybe it's choosing to pray for them. Before you act, take a moment to reflect on the amazing, undeserved mercy God has shown you. Let that reality change how you treat the people around you. Because showing mercy doesn't make you weak, it demonstrates the profound strength of your trust in a merciful and sovereign God. I have another picture to show you. In the barren wilderness of Engedi, there is a beautiful waterfall to refresh weary travelers. Showing mercy to others is like that refreshing waterfall to our soul. God bless you as you go into the week ahead.